are still at the ICC in East London, and we are still attending the ICT Summit. So much has been going on. This is the last day of the conference. Yesterday we had a few interviews that we will get into, but right now I have a very special guest who is from the Eastern Cape. She is an award-winning actress. Zikhona, thank you for joining us
Thank
today.
you so much for having me.
How are you? How's home? Because you're home.
You know what? It's starting to feel like I need to be home more.
Yes.
It's starting to feel like this is where I must come. A lot more than I do.
Yes.
And obviously, the reason why it must happen is that we not need to go to dig for gold in order to sustain ourselves.
Very true.
So if the Eastern Cape would do what I believe it's starting to do, which is to sustain ourselves, then sizabuya.
Yes, and I like that you mentioned that, because a lot of people had to leave.
Yes, from our grandfather's times.
Yes.
From our dadumkhulu bethu had to go dig gold. So this is not new. And if we don't stop it, it's going to happen to our children.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
So it's very nice to attend something like this.
Absolutely.
To see that at least ikhona into eyenzekayo, man.
You know, wonke umuntu abulise ngesiduko sakhe. My gosh.
What a time.
Oh, what a time.
Now let's speak about the discussion that you had inside. Obviously, it's just about how everything is evolving as well.
Excuse me.
No problem. How everything is evolving, especially in the film industry, because you've been in the film industry since your early 2000s.
You don't know that I'm celebrating 20 years? Nobody told you?
Please tell them, because I remember even watching you from Muchacha. That was like in 2006.
20 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Literally. So now that you see how everything is evolving and changed in terms of even like Dala 97 like big cameras, and now we've sized down in terms of gadgets and everything is changing. How is it for you to see and where you are now in terms of the film industry?
I think being an executive producer has definitely widened my understanding of the business, and being a front liar in the business of the arts has been a beautiful 20-year-long lesson. In participating in the area I used to when I started, which was a performing artist.
Yes.
And going to learn in Dobana, this is how the business actually runs. This is what makes money. This is what sells. The digitization has escalated people who've been producers like ourselves.
Yes.
Creatives in all our entireties. We are now at the forefront of a change that we didn't see coming. And even the systems that we didn't see coming.
Yes.
One almost wants to say the tables have turned.
Yes.
On their head. And catching up with that is happening in real time. We're learning in real time how to, the gadgets are nice, but what does it mean?
Yes.
What is the creative sector now that anyone can participate without the gatekeeping? That's the conversation I want to have.
Yes. And also let's talk about how what you just mentioned now, the film industry also changing in terms of gadgets and everything being digitized. What does that mean for the film industry and also the people that work behind the scenes and because I'm pretty sure that it does cause some form of uncertainty as well?
No, actually it forms more certainty.
Really?
There's a higher demand for the creatives for the creative sector. There's a higher demand, a keen interest. People want to watch more, therefore the demand is actually higher. So the disruption is for the positive. There isn't shortage of jobs. There is a more a demand of the jobs. And so our responsibility is to make sure that everybody learns how to create great quality stuff that can sell internationally. That's the that's the sweet spot we're sitting on, is what are we creating? Who are we selling it to?
Who are we selling it to? That's very important.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, you have played so many roles.
I have.
We've watched you on television and you've nailed every single one of them. Amazing. We love you so much. Does the pressure of, social media when you're busy with the production
No, it does not affect me.
At all?
Why would it?
Has at any point, even when you started?
No. I know my job as a producer or as an actor.
Yes.
Social media is an ad. Why would you be pressured by an ad?
That's true. And I wish everyone could look at it in that sense.
How does social media pressure people?
I think it's because of what they see, and I think people not knowing their job. Like, you know your job and you know how great you are and how amazing you are. You don't need that validation. But I think then the problem is people seeking that validation. So I think that's when the pressure comes in.
Do you think people who know what they do seek validation outside of what they do? Do you think maybe doctors think that, engineers must validate me?
Yes.
Or do you think doctors are busy doctoring? It's the same with art.
Yes.
All disciplines of art focus on the art. If you're a lighting guy, light.
That's true.
So we over sensationalize the disturbance of social media. The focus is on creating the thing that we actually create.
Yes.
The sensationalism is rather baffling and perhaps under powerful.
Yes.
Less powerful than we think.
That's true.
So each to their discipline, and then the thing can be fun.
Yes.
As it's supposed to be, fun. Yes.
I think we're missing that as well.
Also, when you put your phone down, you can still survive.
Yes. That's true. Okay, let's talk about, you started hosting these master classes and everyone was obsessed. Everyone wanted to attend. Next thing, guys, it's sold out and people were devastated. What are your plans? Are you going to do more? Because I can only imagine how much we need it, especially for the Eastern Cape.
It's such a soft little spot in my heart, that thing, the master classes.
Yeah.
There's a cornerstone, like, master classes were born in celebrating 20 years.
Yes.
And 21st most next year. So we can't stop.
Yes.
It was self-funded.
Wow.
I knocked at doors. I said, listen, this is development.
Yes.
And I want to start in the Eastern Cape. I knocked at doors. I tried. I said, give me a space where I can teach a skill that I know people are hungry for, and I know that sustains. If it sustained me, it sustained them. I mean, this is a 200 billion rand industry, and anyone can eat. So let me escalate people's skills to the next place. So I self-funded it. And I did a national tour. We started at Gqeberha. I had done a masterclass in East London.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there wasn't an opportunity to do it again.
Yeah.
But diabuya, I have to. And hopefully this time there may be a little bit of an injection so that more people can access the masterclass. And the master classes are really broad. The corner like a master class is supposed to be broad.
Yes.
It's one of the CSI projects by the corner like a Productions.
Yeah.
So we offer that yearly from now on to do the tour, but emphasis in Puma Koloni. So it has my heart.
Yes.
Especially, I mean, every province has my heart.
Oh my
The
word.
support we get in every province supersedes the support we get in the Eastern Cape.
Oh my word, beautiful.
I get called
concept.
from the other provinces and they're like, how can we support? And I'm just like, if it could come from the Eastern Cape.
Yes.
But we showed that there's a need for it.
And I can't imagine how overwhelming it must have been for you to actually realize, guys, I
actually have no doubt now that there is a need for it. I worry when people think there isn't a need for it.
It is needed, and thank you for doing that for us. We really appreciate it. And for the future plans?
Yes.
What can we expect from you? Because we're so excited.
So Zikona said like a Productions is existing.
Okay.
And it's been existing for 5-6 years.
Okay.
And there's projects that we're creating, scripted and unscripted, just bursting myths where communication is concerned. So I'm going into that field. We have talk pieces that we curate. And there's some scripted stuff as well. My mission has been to come and shoot a drama series in the Eastern Cape.
Oh, wow.
Or even a measly film. So we've been working on it, and I think it's going to happen in 2026. But outside of that, I still am an actor for hire. I'm shooting something I'm not allowed to talk about, and I think the people are going to.
We're so excited. We always want to see you on our screens because we always know that the characters you play, the work that you do, the execution, oh my word, we are obsessed. And we're watching and rooting for you, and we love you so much. Thank you so much. And there you have it from Uzikona right here at the ICT Summit. We still have more for you though, right after this. And we are still at the ICT Summit 2025, celebrating 20 years of excellence right here in East London, ICC. But now let's just have a look at some of the interviews that we did. We got the opportunity to interview the managing executive of the ICT. She had a lot to say, so let's just check that interview out from yesterday. So thank you for joining me today.
Good afternoon, thank you.
How's the experience inside? How's everything, the program going?
I think the program is going quite very well.
Yes.
At least it's demonstrating the same slogan, we are here for that, NATC connected.
Yes.
So we are seeing more improvement, progress made from what actually we were seeing last year. So the program is really going very, very well.
Yes. Now let's talk about the opportunities that you guys do give to the young and the youth rather in communities, because you guys have so many programs. So let's talk a bit more about that.
Okay, the biggest program that I can talk about is actually the program that I will be talking about now when I go on stage. I mean, where we are aiming to launch the digital hub, where we can actually promote the innovators and make sure that the youth that are interested to make sure that they build the prototypes. Those prototypes are built in a secured place, secured manner, and then they are commercialized. So we are really far-reaching. We are making sure that we access the youth, we access the communities, and we enable them from skill transfer from technology point of view.
So I understand that you are speaking in a few moments. Let's talk about what your speech is going to be looking into or diving into inside.
Okay, my speech, without diving much before I speak, my speech will be more on the SEZ as a contributor to the SA economy from digital transformation point of view. So we'll be talking about how Kuha had actually contributed to the economy through digitalization. I will be unpacking the journey that Kuha had actually traveled, the journey that made us to acquire and retain the 60 plus investors in the Guha Special Economic Zone. So I will be bringing forth as to how digital transformation had played a part on making sure that we retain and we successfully continue to be the leading special economic zone of choice.
Yeah, now you guys have been a part of the ICT Summit for years. It's an ongoing relationship. Now let's speak about the importance of summits like these that speak to Guha and the importance of and the role rather that it plays for the youth as well.
Okay. From Guha, we see the ICT Summit as an outreach. I mean, with the work that we do, it's important to have an outreach where we can communicate, where we can send out invitations to the citizens, to the community, where we can actually showcase what Guha is all about, and actually to demonstrate how digital transformation enabled the special economic zone. So for us, it's really an outreach kind of. So that's why we are part of it and will continue to be part of it in a big way. Also, just making sure that the ICT Summit actually it dematerializes these things of ICT being a big thing. So it just makes it easy for everyone to understand and to see progress and to appreciate how we come together. Also from ICT Summit, we had seen it to help us to enforce partnership. At Guha, we deliver through partnership.
Yeah.
So here in ICT Summit, beside us being here and talking about Guha, meeting our partners, establishing new partnership is what actually anchor us to move forward.
Yeah. Now, before I do keep you, I'm going to ask you one more thing, which is very important. Now, the theme for this year is #Natisi Connected. What does that mean?
In Guha context, it says we had connected all our investors.
Yeah.
They operate seamlessly, there are no issues.
Yeah.
And because of the investment that we had made, we want to reach out to the surroundings. So we are saying yes, we had connected and we continue to connect.
Yes. Thank you so much. I won't keep you, and all the best for your speech on Saturday
Thank you
as well.
so much. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
Thank you.
And there you have it, right here at the ICT Summit. But right now, let's take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
But I'm very honored to speak to you today about the exciting technology that Microsoft brings. And I have thought about my journey at Microsoft over the past 10 years.
Sure.
And I have started working about 10 years ago with the Department of Basic Education, Higher Education, TVETs. I worked with municipal government, provincial government and national government as you go on your digital transformation journey. And it's exciting to again attend this ICT Summit. I have attended it before. I was trying to remember, I think it was in 2018. So thank you so much for having me at this event. I am going to attempt something very difficult and very daring. I'll be doing a live demo on stage and showing you what Microsoft Copilot can do. But I wanted to start here to talk about ways that we see people using new technology. And the session before, I just want to say thank you so much to the creatives that were on the stage, because one of my daughters are a creative, she's a creative, and she often have these debates with me about, Mom, what does AI mean for us as creatives? And we often talk about seeing AI as a pencil. And it really is what you do with that pencil that makes all the difference. Yes. And okay, just go one back because we're still on the introduction slide. So I'm an AI workforce specialist, and for the first time, I have AI in my title. I created this image, I think, beginning of 2023, using Avatar and creating my profile. But just in the last 2.5 years, so much has changed. And I wanted to bring a real example, so let me attempt this on my phone. We did test it this morning with the sound guy, so hold thumbs for me. And apologize if it doesn't work, then it's one of those things. But you can go on to the next slide. Imagine you being able to interact with technology just with your voice. This is something that we've dreamed about. We can do it now. And I wanted to bring it to you, so let me talk to my co-pilot. Good morning, co-pilot. I'm in East London at an ICT Summit, and I want you to tell me in the audience what Copilot is and what you can do with Copilot.
Sure thing. So Copilot is essentially an AI assistant that's designed to help you work smarter. It integrates into tools like Microsoft 365, think Word, Excel, Teams, and it can help with tasks like drafting emails, summarizing meetings, analyzing data, and even generating content. Basically, it acts like your personal digital sidekick, helping you get more done with less effort. That means less time spent on repetitive tasks and more time for the important stuff. So whether you're prepping for a big meeting or just trying to get through your inbox, Copilot's got your back.
Awesome, thanks. Can you choose for me what is on my calendar today? Specifically look at meetings I've accepted and some meetings I've tentatively accepted.
So today you've got one meeting that you've accepted, which was earlier this morning, and you've got 2 meetings that you've tentatively accepted. One is at midday about Nerdio and Windows 365 updates. and the other is a fireside chat later in the afternoon with Zia Mansour. Let me know if you need more details on any of those.
Just check for me, what time is my flight?
Your flight today is at 3:10 p.m. from East London to Cape Town. Safe travels. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Yes, just please check with me how long it's going to take me from the East London ICC to the airport.
Typically, the drive from the East London ICC to the airport takes around 15 to 20 minutes by car, depending on traffic. So it's a pretty short trip. Just make sure to give yourself a little buffer time to be safe. Let me know if you need.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm glad that worked. And that was all done in real time. That is what my day looks like today. And so we can go on to the next slide, because I want to talk about, are we really ready for this future of AI? And have we prepared for it, and are we preparing for it? As Sophia said yesterday about questions and us asking the right questions. And it's important for us when we interact with AI as well to continually ask questions and to check that it's factual information that we get back. AI is only as good as the questions you ask it and the kind of input that you give it. So first question is, are your leaders engaged and are your employees ready? The second one is, do you have a culture of learning and the right skilling? What we need to do is really to learn at speed. I was excited to see the meeting this morning when we had the podcast panel, that we have one speaker that was dialing in via Teams. Now, I remember a time at Microsoft before Teams and introducing Teams to some of the universities and the schools and some of our customers. And we couldn't imagine the things we were able to do with Teams. Because it came out pre-COVID as well, and I mean, it's really changed the way that we work. And I want you to think of Copilot as that technology as well, that will really change the way that we work and that we do things and that we interact with our technology. And then my last question is, can you measure business value? And are we continuously improving? And you can go to the next slide. This still catches my attention, because the statistics here shows that the time it took to reach 100 million users on mobile devices was about 16 years.
What?
I'm sure everybody in this room has a mobile device. For 100 million users to use the internet, it took 7 years. For Facebook, it took 2.5 years. But for ChatGPT, it took less than 3 months to reach 100 million users to use ChatGPT. Can I just quickly see a show of hands? Who's used ChatGPT or generative AI in the room today? Majority of the room. And we can see how this curve is continuously moving. We can go to the next slide. We introduced Microsoft 365 Copilot, what you saw in the demo. And it's more than just a chat, and it's easy to use because it's conversational, but the context that it has is it understands my work, the context of my work, but I can also interact with it like I would in a conversational style. You can go to the next slide, please. Okay. It's important to note that when you use Microsoft 365 Copilot, you have enterprise data protection enabled when you sign in with your work account. So we want to make sure that when you use AI, and a lot of us are using AI today, that we're using it securely and compliantly, especially when we're using it for work. And it's important that you take note of this, that there's a lot of solutions out there, there's a lot of different technologies out there, but you want to go check and cross-check and reference check that the technology that you're using is secure, is compliant, and that your data is protected within the technology that you're using. We can go on to the next slide. So when we think about a technology as powerful as this, we want to make sure that everyone is included. And very proud that yesterday you had sessions here enabling young people, enabling people with the right skills that they need, and included people with disabilities. That's very close to my heart. And we want to make sure that when we design a technology, that we think about, we design it for one, but it reaches everyone, and everyone are able to use it. So I'm going to play a short video of colleagues of mine at Microsoft that uses Copilot in their everyday lives and how this has already changed the way that they work. Doesn't that sound?
AI has a massive opportunity to help people with disabilities like me.
I'm going to show you some of my favorite features that help improve my productivity on a daily basis.
And I'll just go into Copilot and say, summarize this email.
I'm able to really use my voice through the microphone and voice access that's built into Copilot. They say, tell me the changes in accessibility for the past month. I'm going to launch Word.
Describe what you'd like to write, including notes or an outline, and Copilot can generate a draft to help you get started.
In this case, I'm going to ask it to write about the history of computer science.
History of computer science. Generate.
One of the things that is challenging when you have dyslexia is writing. So to help with that, I will ask Copilot to write a draft email. I'm going to ask it to still keep my tone because I want it to sound like me, and then I want it to be short, asking Mary to do a pre-read of the document. And it's now generating a template email, which is short and sweet, which is a brilliant productivity enhancement for me.
When I think about Gener AI, I think about things that I've done in my 20-plus year career in accessibility that we've not been able to do before now. And some of these things are literally life-changing.
This process without Copilot usually takes an hour, but this took 3 minutes. It's important to give me the time back to work on the things that I love. And generative AI does that.
If you want to make AI more accessible and better for you, use it and provide feedback. I'm excited about the possibility that it will help bridge the disability divide.
Thank you so much. Yes, we can clap for that. Okay, so it's becoming increasingly easier to develop your own AI and to use AI that already exists. But at Microsoft, we have responsible AI standards, and on those standards, we have principles, and I want to just quickly take you through. I won't take a lot of time on this slide, you can find them, they're publicly available. But we did touch on some of this already during the conference. When we think about AI, we need to think about fairness.
Thank you so much, and I'm sure the people in the room heard those opportunities. Zukana, maybe let me come to you. Firstly, congratulations for 20 years in the industry. I'm sure there were a bit of highs and some lows as well in the industry. Seeing that you've worked in the industry, both now in the traditional sense of production and with this new digital migration that's existing in the industry, what are the shifts that are you experiencing in how stories are told in terms of production and how they are funded and distributed in this digital era?
I think, you know, we may be making a mistake if we only over-intellectualize a dilemma that is not a dilemma. I find we keep hitting the same points a lot. We need to, as if, you know, the thing that will implement the changes that we all agree is the people that are in this room and some not. For instance, the pie in the sky that we speak about, that when we say we need to find experts that can educate the people on the ground on skills development so we may merge with the technology are existing. I'm one of them. They are not far. ECDC is 4 years young. We're counting 2 decades and then some. There's a lot that would happen if I believe South Africa and the Eastern Cape can understand that the new king that is technology has overpowered the systems that were. And in this room, we seem to only want to jab at the old systems of let's. The policies are rotten and they need to change because they don't include the money makers that contribute. The current money maker, the creative, has become king. And it's been tilted on its head, the systems that were, which were the owners of how the consumer accesses. Is that English? accesses. How the consumer will access this thing that is being made by these creators. So we're counting 200 billion that is being made by Arts Ema. We're counting 200 billion that's being made by the business of the arts and arts sector. But we can all agree in this room, I don't know if there's anyone who's in the business of arts here in any form, policymaker to the creative. I don't know if anyone in this room can say they have a portion of 200 billion. With a show of hands, if you have a portion of the 200 billion, please raise your hand. So there's no one that has access of the 200 billion here. That means there was a problem. And then this kid called technology showed up and changed things. So we are in the beginning of a new era, perhaps for the next 200 years. And if that may be the case, I will lead with what Usis Unati said when she said, invest in the people. Usis V says, there are stories to be told, let's find a way. The way is not in the heavens, it's right here. The reason why the Western Cape is leading is because the Republic of the Western Cape made an intentional decision to make sure that the international films go down there. I'm a filmmaker, so I play in two worlds. I'm in the world that knows how to make the money, billions. And then I make the money as the face of the person. I like sell things. So the frustration isn't far. We have had, as creatives, to come down to knowing the science that the policymakers don't know. Now, we've got the Republic of the Western Cape, IMA. That has decided to monopolize the industry and run with it and make sure that they make the $1 billion. We know it, we are there, we see the budgets. It's a real thing. Second to that is the second metropolis. It's English. The second metropolis that we have then had to migrate to. Let me speak as if I'm speaking to people. Am I speaking to people? Are we all Eastern Capers here? Oh, thank God. So we call ourselves the home of the legends because we've been running the country.
Come on.
From president to artist. Yet our funding system is 4 years young in the Eastern Cape. Much is to be said for something that is progressing, right? We don't hit a child because a child is growing. We say, okay, uyakhula lo mntana, kukhulwa ngolu hlobo. I-Home of the Legends must learn from provinces like the Republic of Western Cape, Gauteng, and our closest neighbor, KwaZulu-Natal. If I can tell a quick story to conclude, KwaZulu-Natal created a system that works. They have a product that I don't think it's older than a decade. I've been in this business for so long, I've seen the change happen in real time. And I know that they now make billions in the province because they did the thing Eastern Capers are afraid to do, and I wonder why. KwaZulu-Natal went to the industry leaders that create music and film and brought them back and said, hello, national treasure, come here, Tira. Come here, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. Right? Then they said, how can we would like you to do something for us. Sis V said it, and I'm so happy to hear that ECDC is about this. They said, there's a story to be told about the province and you can do it. Sell this province as the most beautiful province in the country, and they've done so successfully. Those are baby steps that come together and become a big thing. Shaka Ilembe made 1.2 billion of a story that we've known since I was 5 years old. They created 20,000 jobs in the first season and then more in the other one. It made 1.2 billion in profits that have gone to someone, I don't know, did anyone make it in here? That have gone to someone that the system still supports, and those are the ones that are grappling to these policies so that they continue to eat, though the method of technology is disrupting. They told, listen to this science, it's so any smart person who speaks English here can do the same thing. They told a story and sold the province as the most beautiful province, Ezulwini. It's called KwaZulu, Ezulwini. It is heaven. Majestic things happen when there's a marriage of great artistry that's met with technology, right? Eastern Cape is called the home of the legends. No one knows that. I live in the world and in Gauteng. I only know that. That in its own is a story that could be sold. None of us can say we have not seen Shaka Ilembe. Eastern Cape has not a single story. A single story that can make billions. The science is there. I don't even want to talk about skills development. We could develop them tomorrow. That's easy. We can go into Ekala. That's easy. That's what we do in our sleep. But other countries and other provinces made an intentional decision to say, we are going to invest in the people. And it happened. So perhaps cultural changes need to happen with the Xhosa people of the Eastern Cape. Because if not, the same people who came with the systems and policies are going to be eating billions of your children.
Come on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And unfortunately, that is the wrap from the ICT Summit 2025, celebrating 20 years right here in East London, the home of legends. And I was your host, Sinazo January, for this year, and we'll see you again next year.